Okay. Happy April, everybody. My name is Mariah, and I am your host for the Stash Challenge 2025. So we made it through another month. It is now April. We've just finished our third month of trying to knit, crochet, spin up as much of our stash yarn that we have. If you are new here, I recommend you go back to the very first video where I explain what's going on with this stash challenge. I think I did it successfully last time. I'll try to do it again, putting a link to that. But we're just going to move forward then talking about March. Before I say anything else, though, I meant to give a couple shout outs last time. I even wrote it down in my notebook where I said I took some notes to keep me organized and still missed it. But a couple other YouTube vloggers had mentioned the Stash Challenge in their videos, and I just wanted to give them a shout out. So I have Shelabobby, it's Shelabobby Knits on YouTube, and Little Dynamite Knits on YouTube. I've put a link to, I think, the actual video where they mentioned the Stash Challenge, but they're linked down in the show notes, so you can check them out if you are interested. So, okay, so let's see what's going on for March. Right now, Sock Madness Forever is still going on Ravelry. We have, I think, 4 of the members in our Discord channel is still in the sock madness. I, however, did not make it through round 1. As you saw in the video, I did share my finished socks for the qualifying round. Here they are. I'm very happy with these socks. And it wasn't in the previous video, actually, I showed the construction. So this pattern is called Conjoined Sock Twins. So the way that these were worked up was actually like this. They were connected where that brighter pink purple color is, and I had to cut and unravel at that point, at that spot. So that was a really fun construction, and I'm happy to say that the socks fit. I really like them. I'm very happy with them. And I qualified, so that was the qualifier sock for Sock Madness Forever. If you're not sure what that is, I do talk about it in the previous video, and there is a link below to the Ravelry group. I qualified, very excited, very proud of myself. This is my second year participating, and I qualified last year as well, but history has repeated itself. I did not make it through round 1, and this is the same thing that happened last year. Round 1 of the Sock Madness Challenge happens pretty much right at the Greater Philadelphia Yarn Crawl. So if you're not familiar with that, this is the second year that we've participated in the Greater Philadelphia Yarn Crawl. I work at Purls of Wisdom. I help coordinate the classes there, but it's such a busy 4 days of the yarn crawl that it's all hands on deck as far as working the actual shop. So you will often find me working at the shop, but you will always find me on Sundays teaching classes at Purls of Wisdom. But the yarn crawl happens during this time. It's March 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th. And the stash challenge, there's so many things going on. The Sock Madness round 1 challenge, the last day, I think I needed to finish these socks either the Monday night or Tuesday morning, right after the yarn crawl. So that's a lot of knitting time that I did not have available. So same thing that happened last year, but I'm not upset. I'm still proud of myself. This is where I am on those socks. So I believe this is the night and day sock pattern. And what's really fun about these socks is the color changing, which I'm really excited about. I've finished the foot on this sock, and I'm working on the foot on this sock. And I love even how the heel works up and you have that split in the heel for the two colors. So I do work my socks, I call this in tandem. I didn't come up with that, but I work these socks in tandem. That keeps my tension even, so both socks will fit the same. I had recently finished a pair of socks, and the one sock came out the different size from the other because I did not do them in tandem. So even after all these years of being a sock knitter and a knitter, my tension changes apparently so much. So I will always do this. I used to do them 2 at a time, which I will still do. But otherwise I put them on these 9-inch circulars and do them in tandem. But I really like this sock pattern. It's one of those that looks really, really complicated, but it's a really simple cable twist, 1x1. Color changing, you're actually doing one color at a time, so technically mosaic. I'm gonna try to stop hitting my microphone. I apologize. But so I highly recommend it. The pattern won't come out until Sock Madness is over, which I think is going to be sometime in May. So I highly recommend giving this pattern a try if you think it looks cool. It's a lot of fun, so I'm really excited. And as I mentioned in the video, the yarn that I'm using is the perennial yarn from Kelbourne Woolens. If you recall, the vanilla sparkle socks I made in January also uses Kelbourne. So I have a bunch of perennial sock yarn in my stash, and I'm so happy that I've pulled it out and started using it, because this may be my favorite sock yarn. I'm going to keep an open mind and keep trying different sock yarns, but so far I really, really like the way this feels. And I really like these two colors, how they came out. You needed a high contrast, and that really is a high contrast. So needless to say, I am no longer in Sock Madness, but we still have 4 people that are going strong. They just finished round 2. So it's really exciting. If you want to see their socks, come join the Discord. There's a link in the description box. So that being said, our sock along is still happening. So it's a make along where we're doing socks. That's kind of in honor of the Sock Madness Forever, or did I call it Sock Madness Along? I think I called it Sock Madness Along. You know what we're going to put up right here? The little image I made for that make along. So that's still happening. It's technically going to go on for as long as Sock Madness is going on. The make along that we had, the whip along that we were doing at the same time, that is technically over. And I haven't really come up with another idea for a make along right now. So my thought was, there are a lot of make alongs being posted. I'm seeing out in the fiber world. So I have an idea, but I think I'm going to wait until the Sock Madness is over. But if you are participating in any make-alongs, if you wouldn't mind, if you could share them in the comments below, because I'm curious what types of things people are wanting to make right now and what type of make-alongs are motivating people right now. I know we're getting into spring, and people are thinking about tanks and tees and light summery things. So I think a lot of that is happening, and that's very exciting and very motivating to have those items ready for the warm weather. So, but let me know what you're working on, what make-alongs that you're participating in. Yeah, and we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. So I worked really hard on these socks. I didn't finish them, but I will. And if you notice in the video, there was a bit of crochet happening. So I wanted to show, I just needed a break from the socks, and I have been learning to crochet. And the goal I had for learning to crochet was the Scrappy Happy crochet blanket, granny stripe crochet blanket. And so after the Sock Madness ended, I did not make it through round 1. The yarn crawl was over. I just wanted, I don't know, I wanted to do something new, and I wanted it to be simple. So I started my crochet blanket. And this is where we are so far. This is DK weight yarn, using up DK scraps that I have. I have a bag filled with DK yarn scraps, and I got started. This is really great because for the stash challenge, it's a lot of stash. Crochet does go really fast. So I was able to log quite a few grams, I feel like for me, onto my spreadsheet. So that's what I'm working on. That's kind of my simple project that I'm working on, because the other thing is these socks, I need knit companion up. I need to focus on what row I am in the repeat. Um, it's not a really good social knitting project. So the crochet blanket has actually been nice to just take along whenever I go somewhere, pull that out and not have to like count where am I in the pattern. It's a 2-row repeat. It's really simple. So, but I did finish a crochet project. And you saw that at the end as well. We had a Woobles party. So I finished my little friend Keroppi. Keroppi is one of the characters in Hello Kitty. And I have a thing for frogs. So Keroppi was always my favorite. So we decided to give this Wooble thing a try. My husband has been wanting to crochet. My brother-in-law has been wanting to crochet, and my sister, who's married to my brother-in-law, she has been teaching us to crochet. So she is the reason why I'm doing the blanket. I had worked on the scarf in the previous video. I'm helping to teach the crochet classes at Purls of Wisdom, but she is the main instructor. She is the professional. She's the expert. So we thought maybe it would be fun to give these Woobles a try because they're very popular. And even actually as an instructor, I kind of wanted to have a little knowledge on what to tell people if I get asked about these kits. I definitely think there are some benefits. As far as motivating my brother-in-law and my husband really likes Hello Kitty. That's who's making Hello. My brother-in-law got really excited about Gandalf. And even my kid is now interested in trying the Woobles. And so he's working on, there's a goat that we got as like one of the free ones with our order. And he's into Minecraft, so we'll see if he's motivated enough to finish the goat. And if he does that and he wants more, there are Minecraft ones that are actually really cool. So we'll see if that happens. So I'm realizing too, I'm actually kind of proud of myself because one of my big goals for the Stash Challenge for 2025 is to finish more things. So I have whips or any projects that I put on the what is it called? On the spreadsheet. I want to finish those before I add new ones. Now, of course, this one didn't get added to the spreadsheet because this was purchased this year, but I'm proud of myself for finishing things. So I finished my socks. I finished Keroppi. So far every month it looks like I've finished something. I finished something in February. I finished something in March. So we'll see what holds for April. All right, now let's finish up with talking about our results for the Stash Challenge in 2025. Here is our infograph that I put together. Again, this is more of a collective thing of what all of us are doing. Because again, not everyone makes it on the top 10, even though we have 2 top 10 lists. We have over 100 people participating, so not everyone can make it in the top 10. I'm not in the top 10s. I don't think I'm ever going to be. But collectively, we are doing a lot. Now that I have 3 months of data, I put up a bar graph up at the top, so that just shows how much yarn we have worked through yards and grams for each month. I thought it was interesting that the month that had them so far, we've used up the most grams and yards in February, which had the least amount of days. thought that was interesting. March has dropped down from February, and I've been hearing a lot of people talking about like their knitting crochet kind of mojo is like dropping down. So that graph kind of shows that. Of course, this is stash yarn, so maybe if people are working on other things, I did work, I made karopi, so that didn't get included in the stash. So yeah, just interesting that people are feeling, or some people have told me they're feeling their mojo drop down a little bit. I was kind of wondering about that, thinking about that. Like, is it the warmer weather, which I know I'm really excited about spring. I'm thinking a lot about my garden. I want to get outside more. So I wonder if that's part of it. I also wonder too, feel like January shows up and we have all these goals, we have all these plans, these motivations to we're going to finish our whips, we're going to use our stash yarn, I'm not going to buy any yarn, all of these goals and plans. And then March comes around and we're kind of exhausted from all that. It was a lot and we just need a little break. So maybe that's happening. If you're having a drop in your knitting, crocheting, spinning mojo, what sorts of things do you do? Do you just let it ride? Which I think is kind of what I do. I'm not going to force it. Do you cast on something new? Yeah, just let me know in the comments what you like to do to get through any lulls in your making. But I think that's okay. We're not going to go at 100% all the time. I think it's okay to take a little break and go through some other creative outlets. Go outside, dig in the dirt. Who knows? And now, without further ado, the top 10 scoreboards. So, top 10 scoreboard for the number of grams used so far. I think I was just playing around and looking at who has made it to the top 10 list, and I think so far, 3 people, I think it's 3 people for the grams, they have been on the top 10 scoreboard list for all 3 months, so well done. And then our top 10 scoreboard for the number of yards used. There are more people, I think, that stayed on this list. Yeah, so we've got our total grams used so far is 79,486, which is about 175 pounds of yarn. And then total yards used is 165,246 yards, which is about 94 miles. So still some really impressive stuff. We're only in month 3. Let's see what we can do. April is coming. April is here. Let's see what kind of work we can get done in April. And then, as always, if you would like to join the Stash Challenge, it's not too late. It can still be a really useful challenge. We do this for the whole year. Each month, you're logging your grams, your yards, and each month I post the top 10 for the grams and yards, but you're going to continue to keep track of your yards and grams on the handy dandy spreadsheet. Lots of people have been telling me how it's been a great motivator for them. People have had different challenges for themselves, so it can be really helpful. So it's never too late to join. You can contact me. I've dropped my info down in the description box and let me know if you'd like to join us. We'd love to have you. Otherwise, I will see you all next month.